It's the High-Low Show with Donita Sparks. Tonight's guests, Fred Armisen, Miss Guy, Finish House Youth Class, Lumen Group, video art by Animal Charm, Jockey Esquire Production. Here's Donita.
Hello, and welcome to the High-Low Show with me, Donita Sparks. How's it going? Thank you so much for being here again. You guys are really loud. Do you have to play at the same time? All right, well, listen, torn between two house bands, feeling like a fool. Last week I had no house band, and now I've got two. Guys, let's just take it one at a time, okay? Battle of the Band style. Luman Group, will you play one for us? That was great. I'm so glad you guys are back. Many blessings. All right, Finish House Band. Let's hear one from you. Thank you guys. Nothing's changed here except now I have two house bands, both represented by Jockey Esquire, who's also now a producer on the show. For those of you who are concerned about a little change of production here, I just want you guys to know that this is still 100% my show. Well, this is our final episode of Season 1 of the High-Low Show, Episode 8. And we'll be doing a little memory laning throughout the show, and also take you to some behind-the-scenes juicy stuff that you guys love to see. So we've got a great show for you tonight, so let's get on with the show! My first guest tonight is an actor, comedian, writer, producer, musician. He also happens to be the co-creator of Portlandia and Los Espookies. I'm so excited to have him here tonight. I really dig his stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Fred Armisen.
Oh, I could hide 'neath the wings of a bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaven razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? You once thought of me as a white knight on the steed. Now you know how happy I can be. And our good time starts and ends without dollar one to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen?
Oh, wasn't that great? I love that Fred loves that song. It's one of my faves too. He's such a romantic. Thank you, Fred.
Like in the words sock and rock. Like in the words sock and rock. Like in the words sock and rock.
Pull! 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 Pull!
Tur. And we are 9 super fine peaches. We think that's really peachy.
Lately, I'm sure most of you are using your time for some introspection, looking inside yourself, and I totally get that. But people who know me best know that I crave and am a glutton for attention. I just can't get enough of it. So, backed by popular demand, I've come up with a new workout routine, and I'm really upping my game this time. The old spare tire has a spare tire, right? Okay, so here we go. It's a routine inspired by random dance crazes and current television shows. Okay, here's the routine. Gonna show it to you. Check it out. Follow along if you can. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, and robot. Mr. Robot, Narcos, Mexico. Strike a pose, Vogue. Simple, right? Okay, let's try it one more time, just so you guys get the hang of it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, and robot. Mr. Robot, Narcos, Mexico, strike a pose, Vogue. Okay, high-low, let's go. And remember, this is my show, and whatever I say gets greenlit by me. Or blacklit. Okay, here we go. All right, really looking good out there. Yeah, let's do this again. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, and robot. Mr. Robot, Narcos, Mexico, strike the pose, Vogue. All right, 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, and robot. I am not a robot. Narcos, Mexico, strike the pose, Vogue. All right, 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, and robot. Mr. Robot, Narcos, Mexico, strike the pose, Vogue. Good. You guys watch the show, so you know that I just love robes. In fact, I had a friend that used to call me Roby-Wan Kenobi because he thought I just had so many robes. But you know, a few years ago I had to move and I ended up giving a lot of them to the Goodwill. Who would know that I'd have my own show during a pandemic shut-in, and I ran out of robes about midway through the season, hence the recycling began. So let's begin our robe recap of the season, shall we? Spoiler alert. Thank you, Marco. I will be wearing this robe again at the end of tonight's episode to wrap up the episode, to wrap up the season. And as you can see, it is a wrap robe, so it makes sense. Okay, let's take a look. Here we have episode 1 and 4. I'm wearing a robe that I got in the East Village of Manhattan in 1995. What you can't see is that it is completely shredded in the back. Okay. It's tough to get rid of though. I love that robe. Episode 2 and 5, I'm wearing a robe that I got at a vintage store in Portland, a bespoke robe. And you can see I really love the smoking jacket look. Episode 3 and 7, I lifted from a Japanese hotel in 1999. There was a bit of a language barrier when I tried to purchase it, and I wouldn't do it now, but I do love the robe, and it is getting a lot of screen time. Now this robe, I don't remember where it came from, but it's getting a second life on the show, which is great before it's completely devoured by moths. And the exciting news is that the entire wardrobe collection from the High-Low Show is being donated to the costume department at the University of Edinburgh. I'm a little melancholy. This is the final episode of the High-Low Show. This season, anyway. It's been a really cool experience, but I'm not 100% sure I want to continue. Especially with that Jockey Nuff Esquire involved. Decisions. What's this? Oh, God, Jacques. Hello?
Listen, Sparks, this existential low segment of yours is kind of a dog. No one wants to see you in the fetal position. Like, think about it. It's depressing, and more importantly, it's not even showing up in the Nielsen ratings.
But people tell me they really like this part of the show. They dig the self-reflection and the vulnerability. It's a common denominator. This is the High-Low Show, after all.
Look, it's a downer. Last week's segment was totally unhinged. I'm gonna cut it from the show.
Everything's moving so fast, and yet slow at the same time. Oh, God. I'm in a sea of doubt. What's the point of making art if you don't go deep sometimes? What's the point of making art, period? Is this segment any good? Is this show any good? Am I any good? Grow up, Sparks. Who said that? BJ, what are you doing in my existential low? And don't tell me to grow up, BJ. Grow up, Sparks. No, you grow up, BJ. No, you grow up, Sparks. I've been around. I know the drill. 1 minute you're given the green light, the next minute you're lying fetal on a green screen. That's showbiz, man. It's not the end of the world. God, I hate to admit it, but BJ's right. I guess I've just been in a bit of shock over not feeling in control of my own situation. I am proud of the High-Low Show. No one can take that away from me. I guess the point of making art is just to create it. You just gotta keep the faith. Keep on hanging on. Make some cool stuff. Do something nice for someone. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream? I've been inspired by a lot of cool people that I've met through this show, who've been on my show, and artists who are doing stuff even though we're shut in. So I want to check in with a friend of mine from New York City. He's the singer and front person for the band The Toilet Boys. He's also an artist, a DJ, and he's been doing a really cool series on Instagram called Virtual Portraits. So let's check in all the way from New York City on satellite with Miss Guy. Let's welcome Miss Guy.
Hi, Donita.
Hi. What keeps you motivated in the creative world in normal times in New York City? Is New York an inspiration for you?
Yeah, New York's very inspiring to me. Just walking around the streets of New York sort of makes me feel alive and inspired. Pretty much everything I love comes from New York.
You've done so many projects over the years. When did you start doing photography?
Well, I've always been interested in photography my whole life. I've always had a camera on me. I love anything visual, so I'm attracted to like glamour and beauty and anything outrageous or over the top.
Your photos have been popping up on Instagram, and you're doing a virtual portrait series.
Yeah, in the beginning it was all friends and people I knew. And then I started just approaching people on Instagram, sending messages, you know, if I liked their look or whatever. And then I had people start approaching me, asking me how to be involved.
I just think it's really cool that you're using a current medium to make this possible.
Yeah, I mean, I love shooting with my real camera, but I can't, you know. And then I thought, well, I'm sure I can figure out a way to use my phone or my iPad, and I wanted it to look like old sort of scratchy film or surveillance.
Just the look of it is very intriguing. And then what you have accumulated right now is such a time capsule of this era and of this pandemic. You've got Jane County and Debbie Harry and Boy George and Ms. Neon and Michael Schmidt and Theo Kogan from the Lunachicks and other people I want to check out. And to see them all together, like if you look at your Instagram page, the collection is amazing and it's such a statement.
Yeah, I want to do an exhibition. I can't wait to start getting them printed. I think they're going to look really beautiful, blown up and printed. I'd like to do a book someday. I
think that you've accomplished something really cool, really unique. Well, listen, Miss Guy, I want to thank you for being with me here today. I really admire your work. I've always admired your work. And I'll see you in New York, hopefully at some time soon in the flesh. So love to you.
Love to you too, Donita. Mwah. Thank you for having me.
Right on. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to play a video by L7 from our 1990 album, Smell the Magic, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year with a reissue from Sub Pop Records. And this video was directed by a young Gore Verbinski. And we love you, Gore, and we're available for soundtrack work. So here is Fast and Frightening.
She's fast, she's lean,
And that's our show. And that's the season of the High-Low Show. I want to thank my guests tonight, the fabulous Fred Armisen, the fabulous Miss Guy, Luman Group, the Finnish House Jutta. I want to thank all my guests over the whole season. I want to thank my crew. I want to thank Margot, many blessings. And thank you all for watching. And remember, roots and all, always stay high-low. Always stay high-low.